Be sure to lock the doggy door. Under Siege. Worms and Speed. Antina Unleashed. Hello, crawlers, and welcome to episode 44 of the Dungeon Crawler Carl podcast. I'm Grant.
I'm John.
And I'm Martin.
And we are tackling Book 7, chapters 27 through 31 today. This one is pretty much covering the first siege of their castle. It's going to be the big push of this.
Wait, you said the first. Are there more?
Well, it seems like the orcs are now coming. We left off with this. Orcs are on their way.
Right.
But before we get into all of that, folks, we got a number of things to address.
Well, no, before we get into that, I feel attacked right now because you guys are both coming in with a really strong hat game in Hat Watch.
Hat Watch!
And it's, so I've got the biggest human head in the world.
You do. It's like twice of a regular man's head.
Right. So I have to buy
it's very Easter Island.
I have to buy extenders for my fucking snapback caps so they fit me.
Dang, you do.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. It's just like, it's a deal for me. I can only ever wear hats like this or custom jobs.
Handicap watch.
I'd have to get like a hat custom fucking made to fit this giant head. And you guys are like, look at all these hats.
Look at our little heads.
I can hat everywhere. Hey, look, hat. I can't fucking hat. I only have caps.
So to be inclusive, do we need to stop Hat Watch?
I don't think you have to.
You can get more creative. A good plastic bag over your face.
Paint something on it.
Yeah. Just a box, whatever.
I will consent to you guys abusing me in this way.
Toilet paper like Ferdinand. Make do with what you can.
Oh, fuck him. Yeah, I should come in here with a toilet paper.
Well, we don't want you going to HR over it.
There's no HR. It's just the three of us, Martin.
If there was HR, they would shut us down.
Yeah.
Right.
We wouldn't even have this show.
Anyway,
we are compromising the business's bottom line.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I just had to get that off my chest.
All right. Fair enough.
All right.
This hat I have on was this was my great grandfather's hat.
Oh, yeah. You didn't have to say that.
Ward. It's very obvious. It's all beat up. Ward Green. I want to say this dude had this hat back in, the 40s, 30s? I don't know. He was born at like the turn of the 19th century.
I had it pegged for 1812, but go ahead.
Yeah. I need a cane.
There's never been a color photo taken of that hat.
And tip my hat and be a little racist.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. What if that was a story like you're completely liberal till you put that hat on?
Oh no! I'm realizing he can make things great again.
I did just feel my DNA twitch really deep inside of me.
Why are you running for the border?
Get back. No, the minute John and I walk in, you're calling the police.
Yeah. Also, I can't do that either because all of my forefathers had smaller, regular fucking size heads.
You've been bred to have a big head like a pit bull.
Yeah, your grandfather left this fucking sombrero for you, and then you try it on, and it just sits on top.
Well, we're off to an incredible start this episode.
Yeah, what's this show about?
Hats, right?
Capitalism and bigotry, I believe. Folks, one thing I wanted to kick off with, we got another box from Maeve. I guess it was a thank you gift.
Oh,
and
wow.
I saw a bunch of other people posting this too. I just thought it was really cute. It's like fully like decked out with like the dungeon and donut. Their branding for this was really nice. And they sent us 3 more bars and a couple of other little chocolates of theirs.
Oh, that's so sweet.
They have stickers and a bookmark.
So sweet. Sorry, I did not mean that to... Anyway.
Is that a pun?
Maeve chocolates. So sweet.
But I guess I just wanted to say thank you. And also, I'm not as good at Instagramming, so I just figured I'd put in the episode itself.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. And then you can post the episode to Instagram. People can see it that way.
I'll eventually get around to that. Also, we got some comments. I wanted to kind of run through a couple of these. I just thought they were pretty interesting. First off comes from Otterley. He said, finally, you got to Boomer. Do you guys think that Boomer killed the original Drick? Now, I didn't catch this, but a number of people commented this, that Drick mentions that he was killed at some waypoint. And Boomer tells an anecdote as well about killing. One of his kills was at a waypoint.
Huh.
Is this the one where he killed Drick at that gas station, went on the lam out in the real world?
Because Drick is he's got a brain worm, right?
Right.
So the theory is that there was Easter eggs dropped in that Boomer killed Drick, the original Drick. And maybe this was in a feud because the original Drick was a dick and saying he loves to crawl or something.
I
don't know.
I don't know.
I love the way that sounds. Drick was a dick and he loves to crawl. Like that sounds
He
like a
loves
song
to-
lyric.
That's that kind of detail where you're like, is it important enough to save for later? Because if it's true, wouldn't you just drop it right away?
If I remember one thing from the greatest show of all time, Lost.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Barnum and Bailey's Circus.
Yeah, me too.
The way you're
The greatest show on earth.
the way you're fucking
That's
dressed.
right. We're bringing Hugh Jackman into this.
It's that you call out the freaks and you profit off of them. Let's.
You gotta lose that hat, man.
It's making you guys uncomfortable.
It really is.
Hey, let me play with my mustache here too. Brian McKay, 1594 says, my theory is that Donut remembers everything she's watched on TV, and Prepotente remembers everything he's ever eaten, which is a very goat thing. I'm waiting for a flashback where Miriam Dom scolds a pre-dungeon pony for eating all of her encyclopedias and college textbooks when she was out of town. That's pretty good.
He did get like a big brain download as part of his pet thing. Like that seems to be his superpower, is that he has a lot of facts about stuff.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting idea.
And how much TV could Donut cram in 4 years?
Well, I wonder, is it just what she watched, or it was everything that was on? Like she might not have been in the room, but it was on, and subconsciously absorbing it. But that sounds silly as I actually say it.
I know a lot of people who leave their TV on for their cats when they go away from work and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just so the house isn't so quiet.
Yeah.
You leave the TV on, and she probably just like Grant, just sat and watched everything.
I only watched Lost. That was the only show I've ever seen.
No loop.
Rusty Nails Gaming says, in the epilogue for Gate of the Feral Gods, it's stated that as soon as the crawl starts, all humans on the surface have their grain of sand interface thingy scrambled. So the AI can't suddenly just make everyone on the surface crawler powered, is what he thinks. But then someone else, Nate Ellison, comes in and says, shouldn't Ferdinand then no longer have the UI? But clearly he's down there in the floor, he has a UI. So I don't know. Maybe. There's options.
Yeah, they've harvested people from the surface.
Next comes from one from Martha Britoatriz. Sorry, I
nailed it.
Fucking that one up. Here in Brazil, prepotente means presumptuous.
Oh, okay.
And then finally, last comment, this comes from our bot guy who says, Hat Watch is just proof that the podcast has really jumped the Jamal.
I love that.
That's great.
A good use of Jamal.
There's only one. It's in making fun of him.
I did like it when you sent me that text. You were like, I got to that point where Carl was he needed to release the daughter's kiss, and he's like, I don't know where to do it, and Jamal shows up. It's me, Jamal.
I was like, get him. Get him, Carl. I thought it was coming for him. And before we get into the episode, your homework assignment is chapters 32 through 35. All right, we're going to start in with chapter 27. The chapter starts with Carl noting that he got +5 to intelligence. And this is going to be a game changer for who is the head of the party.
Right, because last time we left off with I wonder how Donut's going to take this. It's not going to be well. And we were like, what?
What is this? It's going to be
news.
A change of the leadership. And they have a little bit of a confrontation at the end of this chapter. But also, we get a big notification for killing the Empress by the posse. It's a new achievement called Gravillo Princep. That was the name of the assassin who killed Archduke Ferdinand in 1914, helping kick off World War I.
Wow, look at you, history buff.
Yeah, well, I was there.
He was selling cotton candy next to the fucking door.
Oh my.
Selling little brushes to make your lather more thick.
Gee willikers, this is going to be a whole thing. Stockade. The AI is like describing what this achievement is, and so like, Stockade was replaceable, but Empress Donatia was the last living heir to a trading dynasty that not only dies with her, but now she's also bankrupted. And, we got some interesting comments as well from people talking about like how it seems like Donatia, unlike Stockade and some of these other people, was actually kind of beloved by her people. So
yeah. I mean, and as underhanded as she was, she did have a motive outside of just being bloodthirsty and wanting to kill people.
Yeah, it seems like she was doing this as something that they needed for their people.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever her motivations, it's very two-faced nonetheless. And we went into all that last week.
Definitely two-faced. But it does go back to, why was Carl so mad at her? Of course, we do find out why.
Right. And like, someone also had a comment that like that betrayal is like Carl also lashing out a bit about being betrayed by B. And he's like any sort of betrayal like that is just like a big trigger for him.
Sure.
Betrayed by his mom, betrayed by his dad, betrayed by fucking everybody.
The system.
Yeah.
Donut eventually. Get ready for the next book. It's a heartbreaker. I don't know. I haven't read it. We get the AI saying that there's going to be inevitably a bunch of court battles because of Empress Donatia dying here in the dungeon. And the AI is congratulating Carl on making a massive impact on the galaxy with this kill. Then...
I love that. It's like, if you do nothing else, just know that you've made a huge impact with this kill.
Yeah.
But then the AI takes it a step further. He's like, you want to go even further, though? Take a look at that dream guy or the madness or the green jello guy. He's an investment banker.
Yeah, once you start killing those investment bankers, whoa. Anyway.
Just saying.
I'm really glad that Grant isn't like a director or anything, because if he directed this as a TV episode at this part where Carl says inevitably he'll turn to camera, go inevitably, and then like
pull out my big megaphone. Cut, quiet on set.
Yeah. Title of the book.
Carl gets a legendary 1914 box, the year that Archduke was assassinated, and we get a system message that Mongo is getting the credit for the kill of Donatia, and that the posse now gets a non-adjacent land. So having control of this slice of the pie that is the Prism Kingdom, is that what they're called?
Sure.
Their bit of land doesn't really work strategically for Carl. It's not adjacent to them, so they don't feel like they can hold it.
Which I'm glad they made that decision, because like the force is already pretty thin.
Right.
Don't waste resources on this.
Well, at this point, 10 gnolls, if you recall from our last episode, a bunch of mercenaries were about to come into the castle. They come in, and 8 of these 10, they're all gnolls, which are those hyena guys. And 8 of the 10 were Prism people. And as soon as Carl killed Donatia and took control, they're now Princess Posse mercenaries. So they gotta do what Princess Posse says. But 2 of their mates, one's from the Dream and the other is like maybe from the Madness, I don't remember what the other one's from, aren't these, but they're all buddies. And so
cousins,
right?
Right.
So Carl's like, hey, those 2, they better not start shit or else you guys gotta kill them. But otherwise, we're not gonna kill them necessarily unless they start shit.
Yeah, because the other gnolls ask them not to.
Right.
It's like, hey, if you won fair and square, we will serve you. But if you make us kill our cousins, we won't do it willingly, and we won't be good soldiers. So it's up to you.
They were like guarding communication equipment on the moon when they got sucked in. So it's like everyone's getting pulled in to this, regardless of how low on the totem pole, blue collar, whatever kind of like person. They're all being dragged into this battle and fight or die kind of thing.
And
can we also just kind of touch on how fucked up the under orders thing is? Like when somebody goes under orders and they're like forced to actually take an action that might not be along with their will.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's the whole thing with conscription.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
I mean, I don't know if you guys saw this video that's been circulating, but it's in Thailand with the conscription in their army. It's a lottery. And it's
where the guys are like going up and like struggling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
And they all laugh at the guys that are like not wanting to. Like, ha, 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 it's a jolly good time, but it's fucked.
Yeah.
So Carl sees all these guys and he's got his divine ring on. He's like, ooh, I wanna just go,
yeah, right?
I'm taking all your powers.
Imagine you line them up like the Three Stooges and just power slap all 10 of them.
Yeah, they did say something like we could also like give them the order to stand still while they're in the under orders spell and like slit their throats.
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
They could make each other slit each other's throats, I bet.
I know.
But Carl's still hearing in his head, please no, from Donut. He knows everyone's scared of him, so he puts away the ring.
And he's like, I see everybody see me put the ring away. Like they're all staring at him.
All sweating.
Well, yeah, because the whole thing, for all the explanations of why he was so mad at Donatia, I was like, his anger is still disproportionate to the situation, except for the goddamn ring.
Yeah, he must feel like you feel in this room dressed like that.
Want to kill them both.
We're both staring at you.
Why so mad, bro?
Is Grant about to do a racist?
Yeah, Grant. I think Grant's about to sell one of us.
I'm not taking this hat off.
Oh no, not now.
It's only been keeping me safe at this point.
But yeah, him making the decision. They're like, all right, you guys, you 8 can stay. These 2, let them go or whatever. I thought like a Telltale game where with the Knowles, it's like they will remember this.
Right. Oh man, sorry. I just if your hat was in the dungeon, Jesus if your hat was in the dungeon, the power it'd give the wearer is to make them invisible from the cops. Like you put it on, you're like the cops are like, it's not him, it's somebody else probably.
Can you imagine Dong also wearing this hat?
Yeah.
It starts talking to him.
Pretty sure just being Caucasian gives you that power.
Right, no, but if you're not, like if one of us wore it, like the cops would be like, this guy's fine.
The trade-off is you're constantly singing, hello, my baby, hello, my darling.
I'd do that anyway.
Yeah. Boomer chimes in to say that all these new mercenaries from the Prism are now turning to their side, and it's like the whole battle on the south border has shifted. They pretty much have control, and he's like, let's go take the Naga castle. And Carl's like, oh, no, you don't.
Not yet.
You get back over to the borderline and just hang out there.
Yeah, this is going to be a difficult thing, the Nagas.
Yeah, it's like, we ain't fucking with that yet. Donut's looting Donatia at this point, and Carl like is feeling this huge amount of like come down, I guess, from his rage. Seeing how everyone's kind of reacting to him.
Yeah, he says like, "Oh man, this is like the first time in days that I haven't felt angry.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel my rage leave me, and it's like this weight. Just I don't know how I was able to operate with that there.
Right, it's like the adrenaline drop.
Right,
and surprised he didn't throw up.
I know, man.
He sits down, drinks some orange juice, has some Starburst. He's got to recoup. Baroness chimes in to say, hey, I just talked to Zev. You and all the fellow warlords are all going to have to go on this round table discussion show again.
Yeah.
And I just get excited when I know those are coming up.
I know, because everything fucking happens at those shows.
That's true.
It's like when Carl gets to be face to face with these other power players and like how that disrupts the system. It's so fun to see.
Oh, right after he's killed a couple of them.
Woo! It's gonna be brutal.
Although it is an odd time for this to come up when they're in the middle of these important battles.
Yeah. really? We got to just take a pause and go do that? That's going to be, hey, I'm about to kill you on the battlefield, but hey, let's all have a little friendly chat on Bill Maher or some shit. Florin says the North Front is unsustainable right now. They are retreating back to one of their other trenches. They could really use some air support. And he's going to even start preparing the castle for a potential siege. Donut asks Carl if they're going to talk about it. And Carl goes, it? Gulp.
which it are you talking about?
Yeah, what do you mean? Because he's afraid. She wants to talk about the whole Donatia of everything, and she just wants to talk about you're now the new boss of the princess posse,
right?
And Carl feels a bit of relief that he once again can just avoid an uncomfortable conversation. And privately, he does thank Donut for helping take him back from the edge. And she says to him, "You're scaring me. Take that ring off, get rid of it." And Carl's like, fuck, when she says you're scaring me, that reminds me of my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm becoming my dad. I'm becoming the monster I don't want to be.
The boy was just like me. And the cat's in the crib.
And Carl's like, not yet. I just need another bump. I need another hit of this ring.
Yeah.
Gotta get stronger.
I just need to get a little bit stronger. It's like, when's that end, Carl? I don't know. Whenever I say it does. But that.
Yeah. I'm the boss now.
Yeah.
I'm the leader of our team. So, yeah.
Yeah, well, I just dodged us talking about it, but I'm going to keep wearing this fucking ring, Donut. I need to get stronger.
I need this.
I need this right now. Don't fuck with my shit.
Yeah, I'm the leader. You just shut up and get over there.
This ring was given to me by my grandfather, Sam Laurel. Or was it Hardy? I don't remember which one gave you that. Who gave you the hat?
So outdoors, outside of the war room chamber, they're hearing a guy named Toyotomi, who's a rhino sai. They're those big rhino guards like out of the Robin Hood animated movie.
Yeah.
That's what they always remind me of.
Right.
He's getting his foot eaten by Rend. And he's like, get this thing off of me.
Just gnawed on.
Yeah, he's got a shield on, so it's not actually eating it, but he's gnawing on it.
Because if
he loses a whole boot, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does lose a boot, but if Ren really wanted to eat his foot, we know that it could just go,
yeah,
and it's gone.
Yeah. Just magically disappears.
Just Pac-Man him.
So this rhino apparently has a shield spell, but the castle he's in is too big for him to properly use this. And Carl goes, I got plans for you. I'm going to send you to Shantytown to help Lee June. I think he ends up sending the hyenas as well. So all of you head off to Shantytown together. Right. You're going to go help Lee June. Because Lee June's like, you're only sending me one guy? I think he eventually sends also the hyenas.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, is this the first time they've talked since Lee June got his eye eaten by him?
I think they still haven't really talked.
Right.
It's just issued orders to him.
If it hasn't, we haven't seen it.
Right. I mean, maybe that could be one of those chapters that's coming up. But every time Lee June is mentioned, I was like,
you're going to apologize to this guy, or are you just going to threaten his other eyeball?
Well, I mean, I think he's apologized and Lee June has not responded.
Right. Just bring it up. Be like, hey, we should probably talk about your eye.
and I find this just with a lot of, people, at least friends who've wronged or slighted the other person, and the one who's mad is always like, yeah, and they never apologize. And it's like, oh, they did. You were just so mad, you kind of blew past it.
But they apologized immediately.
Yeah.
Lee June, if you can just see past this.
Oh, no.
Fuck, everything I say is offensive.
Hey, about your eye, do you have another one? It was delicious. Can I get the recipe?
Lee June says that Agatha is apparently at the same bar as Lucia Marr, hoping that she can talk to Carl. He gets a message immediately from Zev that Prime Minister Glory of the Syndicate specifically doesn't want Carl talking to Agatha. And Carl's like, the fuck? I thought you guys said these residuals are meaningless.
Yeah.
But obviously something's changed, Carl says, in how they view the residuals since the last floor, because now they're viewing him as a danger. And we also know that the AI, like, it seems like a lot of the other residuals have died, but the Agatha is unprotected, and she's like level 27 at this point. But the AI seems to have a soft spot for her. And I think this is the person the AI said is like, she's telling me things about my power. I think this is Agatha. It would make sense that she's a residual trying to have a communication with the AI.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe this is his or their girlfriend. The AI's girlfriend.
Or just somebody who's somebody
I
who's...
thought Carl's feet was the AI's girlfriend.
I have a theory that they hooked up. It's possible, right?
We're shipping the AI now.
And Agatha.
Anytime you say something like, I think it's his girlfriend, I mean, but like you're totally giving like Mo Howard right now. And
I think it's his main squeeze.
Hearing him say something like that to me, I think that's his girlfriend. Why are you...
There's a point where Carl's talking to Zev, and she's like, and she's near Agatha's by Lucia Marr. Man, you gotta be careful. Lucia Marr's dog ate Mukta, the other born fish.
Yes.
Liaison. And Carl just starts, and she's like, Zev is sad about this, and Carl just starts laughing.
Okay.
It's like, fuck her.
So you guys listening can remember Mukta was the admin who replaced Zev when she got put in a timeout.
Right.
When she warned Carl about the elemental, the rage elemental coming in book 1.
Oh yeah.
Right. So Mukta was kind of an asshole and was the reason Carl got put onto the Maestro show.
Oh, that's
also
right.
a Nazi.
Also a Nazi. She was a Bloom person. And so she wasn't good, and we kind of hated her from the get-go. So when she says, oh yeah, Lucia's dog ate Mukta, I was like, fuck yes. But that's one of the admins that Lucia ended up killing.
Yeah.
Remember we found out when Carl killed Loida and he was in that thing with Aura, that meeting with Aura, and he's like, yeah, Lucia's done like 15.
Catch up, buddy.
But she's admitted to it. And if you admit to it, sign that. I'm not admitting to shit. I didn't do
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, Mukta. Fuck you, Mukta.
Lucia Marr, if she gets out, is going to be an indentured child servant forever.
Oh, man.
Carl is booby-trapping the castle and having all those hyenas go and loot the whole place real quick, with plans to leave the one mercenary that was from the madness in the throne room. I thought this was actually kind of a clever decision. That the idea is that Carl knows he can't hold this castle.
Right.
And he knows that the madness now owns 2 of the slices of pie in the faction wars, because they also got the one from Stockade and the Lemix Sortion.
Right.
Yeah.
I am remembering these names. Good on me.
You are.
I'm impressed.
So if he leaves a representative of the madness in the throne room, after 6 hours, the madness will get a 3rd slice of the pie.
Right.
Which the other factions won't be so keen on and want to take away from them. Yeah, get some infighting going.
That's what he's hoping. He's like, I think these guys kind of hate each other, so maybe this will work out in my favor. So, yeah, he's going to leave him like that. And then Carl, like, lists out, he's like, actually, things are really complex.
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah, you guys name dropped the minor character from book 1 about 50 seconds ago. It's complicated.
We haven't heard of this book 1 character in 6 books, and all of a sudden, Mukta is back.
They just name drop Mukta. It's like, something's telling me some of this is complicated. Like, the whole thing's complicated, Carl.
And then he's like looking at the other competing factions, not in the faction wars, but in the larger picture. And he starts listing them off. There's the Syndicate Council. There's 2 different types of residuals. There's the Apothecary, the Goat People of the Plenty, Open Intellect Pacifist Network, Nebulars, Audette, and then, of course, the humans, the Crawlers, led by him.
Yeah, let's not forget those.
Yeah.
Right? Like, there's so many different warring factions. And I was thinking about, like, we're on book 7, and if the trajectory of this goes the way we might assume, Carl's going to kill a lot of these leaders of the planet, but that doesn't mean all the threats are gone.
No, not at all.
So many other threats.
Right.
Okay. And then I just had a question for you guys, because we listened to the audiobook here. The very last line doesn't sound like the rest of the book for Carl. Did you hear this? He goes, Jeff, he goes, it's blob hunting season. And it sounds like Duke Nukem.
Oh.
It doesn't sound like regular Carl.
And we couldn't make that move at all if our northern front buckled in on us. I grinned. It's blob hunting season.
The voice shift is weird.
Well, do you think that's because of the ring? Or it's just Carl, thinking of himself as Duke Nukem?
I think Jeff was putting a little Duke Nukem Easter egg in there for him.
I think he put a little sauce on it.
Yeah. It's blob hunting season. Just doesn't sound like Carl.
More sauce than that.
I can't go that deep. That's as deep as I got.
The only sauce I got is Heinz 57.
It'll clear up your rickets. I swear you.
Rickets.
They had back then? Rickets?
Yeah, back then they had rickets.
Rickets, yeah.
I haven't heard of rickets since.
There's rickets, dropsy. And,
well, now that JFK Jr. is in charge, rickets will come back.
Rickets are back, baby.
I'm bringing back rickets. Fucking Valte worm.
We've had a couple of these people in the comments, like listening through our episodes, and I could tell when they're on earlier episodes and they're going through them. And there's been a couple different people where they're like, "Oh, I don't know, you guys seem a little political. I really wish you would keep that out of there." And then like another comment later would be like, "You guys, I feel like you should really watch what you're saying. I think you're going a little bit too far." That's it. I'm out. The last one. I'm like, yeah, wait till you get around episode like 8 or 11. You guys aren't going to want to listen to us. At this point, we've probably culled them by episode 44, but we'll see.
Yeah. Oh, well.
What a loss. All right. So we are heading back to our territory. Carl and Donut are going to head back there. They tell the mercenaries to go to Shantytown. Louie's flying back in Party Planner. And at the Prism, there is a shack with a safe room, kind of like their bait shop shack they have. Carl booby traps that one with a landmine and then goes through it into the safe room using the doggy door.
Right, because the doggy door is like a fast travel. Anywhere you've been in a safe room, you can install this. And when you leave the safe room, you could end up someplace else that you've designated that you've been before.
So I don't fully understand this, but my guess is that the door itself that now exists in the bait shop exists now as a doggy door for anyone who enters it.
If you've been there before.
If you've been there before.
Yeah. You have, but anybody can set up a doggy door. It isn't just a power that our group has. It's a skill that anybody can use.
So it wasn't that he compromised that door by using it as a doggy door. It's that the other people had already also made a doggy door into the bait shop.
Right. No, or somebody else had made a doggy door from the bait shop or from wherever they are into wherever these guys are because there were people on the inside.
Because it used to be the Mantis territory.
Right. But
before Carl
correct me if I'm wrong. It's like, say you made a doggy door right there. Whenever you went through, you could end up any place you've been before. Is that right?
I guess.
I think you designate where you wanted to exit.
Okay.
Right.
I guess where I was confused was I thought that by Carl going through that door here, Carl and Donut using it as a doggy door, they made it vulnerable. But I guess that's not the case.
I think they were just saying that as an example.
Yeah. What actually happened is before they even were members that were about to fight in faction wars and be a warlord themselves, someone from the Reavers had been exploring this land because the floor was open to some of the other people.
Right.
And they took that same that same door and made doggy doors to all of the different safe rooms.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Reavers had technically access to all the different territories because the ones that Carl and Donut took over used to be the Mantids.
Right.
And then when they jumped ship, which, man, they got out of Dodge, then it seems like they still had that loophole, that backdoor entrance.
Yeah.
And they could have fucked them up a long time ago then.
Easily?
Yeah.
Why didn't you?
During the ceasefire, could they have done that?
Maybe. I don't know.
Because I thought during that, like, they couldn't do it before because, like, ceasefire, you can't.
But, like, once the ramp up started, right?
Yeah.
They could jump into other territories, but I don't know.
Maybe they could have set it up even before anybody got to the floor.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But they would have had alerts in their war room that, hey, there's infiltrators, other bad people in your territory.
Yeah, I mean, they want to get them occupied.
Well, Donut muses on them using that doggy door, and she calls the plan. She's like, this can be called the bamboozle. We can use it against other people, and they get bamboozled to themselves.
Is that why you're dressed like that?
When they get to the safe room, Donut can only be in for 30 minutes because her blood bar isn't filled up. Carl has been a killing machine, so he's like, I could stay here for like a month and a half.
8 hours, yeah, I got no problem.
I'm fine. Carl refreshes his exhaustion, goes to the auto shower. So Carl goes to this auto shower fully clothed. I guess each time he's getting cleaned, he gets fully clothed. Does he ever get naked anymore? I guess.
I mean, he's got stuff on that he can't really take off.
He was naked in that one book.
Yeah. The book, what was it? 2, 1? I don't remember. Where he ends
Everyone strips off all their clothes in end of book 2, right?
Yeah, end of book 2. Yeah, they take off. He's like, all of my fucking clothes are magical items. So he gets naked.
Yeah.
And he ends up on an Audette show naked with like toilet paper wrapped around his junk.
I guess since then he's a never nude. So he's just showering fully clothed.
Just gonna leave this on.
He cleans Rend as well.
Forces Rend into the shower.
Yeah, and Rend's really heavy. He says he has to pick him up and force him in there. Heavy meatball.
Oh, he said, so Rend is about as tall as his knee, and Carl could barely pick him up anymore. So these little Carl is like dungeon strong. Yeah. Right? He's talking about how like, oh, I can kind of lift this car. Can I take it in my image? Like all this shit, he's been lifting giant things. And Rend,
that's true.
who's like 1.5 foot tall, is as dense as a neutron star. Because Carl is having trouble picking him up.
Right.
That's terrifying. Knowing that they get as big as they get. Like they get like 8, 9 feet tall, whatever. Like they're gigantic on the battlefield when they're full grown. Thinking about that kind of density.
How'd this thing die so many times?
In a thing that has like, a perfect phase through bite that can just devour anything. Fuck that. That's a Langolier. You know what a Langolier is?
No.
That's a fucking Langolier.
Okay.
It's a Stephen King book.
Yeah.
It's a short story.
It's a short story?
It was a short story in 12 Past Midnight.
Oh, I thought it was a whole book.
No.
How'd they do a whole miniseries based on it?
How did they do that with Lawnmower Man?
Okay.
Some might argue they didn't.
I mean, the thing about Rand is you have to remember it was only, a few days ago that he was a meatball?
Yeah.
A meatball's like this.
Yeah, he's tiny.
He's eating and he doesn't seem to be pooping.
Right.
But he's
just taking on mass.
At least he likes to shower.
I don't know if he likes to shower.
Eventually.
Yeah, he got in there. So on the southern front, we learned that the people that have been manning that have filled the trenches. Tran is now back in the lead as Boomer's taking some people up, a battalion up north to try and help the forces that are being attacked with Florin up there. And the Don Quixote and crew are going up there. Ellie and Amani are going up there. The Cretans are going to the castle. So everyone's on the move, going to different places. The castle itself is currently being guarded by Tippett's naughty little piggies, as well as, what are the other guys? The Beefy Boys?
The Beefy Boys.
The Beefy Boys. But they don't have a lot of their forces otherwise guarding the castle. So I hope it doesn't get attacked. And then
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Sorry. Spoiler alert. Carl is taking a quiet moment before he gets attacked, reflecting on how he feels like he's turning into his father with how he dealt with Donadia. And once again, this "you're scaring me" is in his mind. Donut opens a 1914 box and she gets a book called War Crime. A spell book. And Carl,
which is bleeding and crying.
Yeah.
The book is bleeding and crying.
The fact that Carl's not immediately opening his legendary box is, I guess, how far we come. But it's a legendary box and it's on this floor. It's probably going to be extremely helpful. Go open that thing, man.
Yeah.
That should be one of the first things he does. But
yeah.
He hasn't even opened his Christmas present from the last book.
It's a sweet book he could read if you ever had time.
It is funny to think about how before it was like, oh, if we could only get a legendary box. Wow, legendary boxes? That's a thing? Oh, man, I really want one. And now he's got one. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll get to it.
Put it in the drawer with all the other legendary boxes and Infinity Stones. We don't need it.
It's probably another crying book. Truly Tasteless Jokes. Remember that series?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it's crying, though. Fuck.
Florin says he's falling back from the front lines. The big push is now happening. He's asking for Louis to fly up there and help. And at that moment, ba-boom, things are exploding. And the docking bay for the party planner has been exploded. But Carl's like, it couldn't have exploded from outside. We got air defense. So someone has infiltrated our castle.
He's like, and he starts spinning out.
Blowing it up from the inside. And he's like, think. And Carl can think faster than any other human being alive.
Yes, he can.
And he's struggling to figure it out. But he does eventually figure out, oh, and Tip is like, hey, there's enemies at the base. We're all being attacked. So shit's hitting the fan. And Carl realizes that somehow the monkey wrenchers, those invisible guys from the Madness?
The Madness.
Have infiltrated. And he's thinking, oh, they've used the doggy door. I think it's actually Donut saying, hey, there's an extra door from the Reavers in the doggy door hallway.
Yeah, I think it was Bomo who noticed it.
Yeah, so they're like, we're being attacked.
And he goes, how the fuck could they have set that up? And then he starts noticing that there's like people that are dead, but they're moving around.
Right.
Yeah. He's cross-referencing the casualty list, which is getting longer and longer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, wait, if this guy's dead, how is he still this mage? How? Oh, goddamn brainworms.
Fucking brainworms.
That's fun. You know what? I would have never caught that.
Me either.
I wouldn't have gone, let's cross-reference this shit. I'm not doing that.
Donald's like, yeah, brainworms, man, that's scary. But if they're on your side, they're pretty cool. You could fit 5 of those in your mouth at once.
You're like, what? Who would do? You know what? Never mind.
Has Donut been compromised? Is she a brainworm at this point?
No, that's how she fucking got the Valte people smuggled.
I know, but maybe one smuggled into her.
Right. But so, yeah, just so you guys know, that's how Donut got the Valte squad smuggled into Borant to take them down before that Audette appearance where they saw B.
This is where it's revealed.
See, you're another Carl. I never would have got that.
I barely got that myself. But yeah, so like there's that whole scene where they're about to go see Beatrice. They're in the green room.
Yeah.
And they're getting checked out by the gnolls. And one of the gnolls scratches her on her head and she lets him. And Carl says, that's weird. She let him do that?
Why would she let a dog creature pet him?
And then like later on, she coughs on another one's leg. And she doesn't talk between that first part and that second part at all. Because she's got 5 fucking brainworms in her mouth. And she coughs them on the leg, leaves, and then she immediately starts talking about, whatever's in that scene.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, like one gnoll.
Was it really explained back then?
No.
Oh,
it wasn't explained, but it seems like one gnoll gave her 5 brainworms when he reached down to scratch her.
Yeah.
She put them in her mouth, coughed them in the thing. They went on to use them to infiltrate Borant. And then they went on the show, and then right after the show, it's like, oh, Borant has fallen, Valte is, taken over. And then she turns to Carl and says, Viva la Revolution.
Okay. I mean, I remember all that happening.
Yeah.
But there wasn't much of an explanation about it.
But that's it. That's it.
Oh. So these brainworms, are they neutral? Because
yeah, so brainworms, the race is called the Gandhi.
Right.
Right? And Polly's a Gandhi. Like we've met, like Agatha's like another kind of Gandhi.
Or she might be a different one, an infiltrator.
Or an infiltrator or something.
Types.
Yeah, so there's a bunch of different types. It's just a race. And they can have different alliances and they can have different goals, and some can be part of a corporation, some can be aligned with a specific government or ideology. But yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess I know that's been said. I just, my own personal prejudice, I can't hear brainworm without having a negative association to it.
I ate that fucking bear.
Yeah.
Found it in a park.
I could actually understand what you said.
You get measles.
You gotta get more like this.
Sorry.
Like,
and now I'm doing a podcast. Sorry, go ahead.
Bucket Boy comes in to the front entrance where Carl is like trying to protect the entrance from being attacked. And he's got an injured crawler. Him and a crawler named Charles Andrew are both carrying in an injured Yank crawler. Mm-hmm. And Carl looks at Charles Andrew and cross-references him real quick with the dead list and then tackles him and beats his face in.
Just beats his face in with his fist till he is dead.
Yeah, his face is mush. So this Charles Andrew, I guess, is another Patreon
I'm thinking a few of these. There's like someone else who gets Chris DeBacon. Yeah. Like all these names are being dropped of like random people. And I'm like, these all must be like patrons or something.
Okay.
I thought for a second there, I thought Chris DeBacon was a name.
Chris DeBacon. Carl gets up from pummeling him and then looks over to Bucket Boy and says, "No ticket."
What is that?
It's an Indiana Jones reference when he beats up the Nazi and throws him out of the plane. No ticket.
No ticket.
Because otherwise it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I love that Bucket Boy's like, well, Carl, what is going on? What are you doing? He's already dead.
Carl's hanging out with the strippers here at the front entrance. Dr. Bones, at least in the audio, sounds like Macho Man Randy Savage. He's like, I hope they all are ready when we get our magic powers, brother.
Because Dr. Bones was the
professor, the DJ.
Right? He was the DJ.
Yeah.
In the strip club.
Uh-huh.
But doesn't he normally sound like, oh, dear my?
When he's not a skeleton.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
When he's out of his skeleton form, he sounds like a mild-mannered dude. But as a skeleton, he's just a DJ.
So Carl beats the fuck out of Charles Andrew, and a worm pops out. He stomps the worm.
Goldblum?
Ren wants... Goldblum, yeah. Ren wants to eat Charles, but Carl's like, Carl, who just beat the fuck out of this dude, is like, no, we don't eat our own. We respect him. I'm sure Ren's like, huh?
Well, that was funny because I thought he was like, don't eat him because he's undead flesh. But it's like, no, we don't eat our own.
Yeah, we show respect to them, except when we're massively current.
Yeah, maybe this is why people think you're fucking crazy, Carl. Yeah. Maybe it's just like the one fucking sentence to another inconsistency.
He's starting to have a bunch of inconsistencies.
We hear everything that's going on in his mind. But remember, guys, no one else is hearing that. Right. He's a fucking lunatic.
I know. He does something. He's like, well, the river. What? There's no water around. What are you saying?
And maybe
don't get it.
And maybe as a perfect follow-up to "We don't eat our own" is unleash Tina.
Yeah, right. I don't feel comfortable about these kids being in this war. Get Tina.
Yeah, which is interesting because Tina, Kiwi, the bear mom of this Allosaurus, doesn't want her kid to go out and fight. Understandable.
What a bitch.
I mean, what a bitch. Carl's like, nah, get her out here. And he wants to like lay down the law. But then it's going, wait, maybe I shouldn't. He's having that crisis of how do I feel about child soldiers?
Right. I mean, I think of her as a big, scary dinosaur, but she's really a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already skeeved out by the little kids we already have fighting. And yeah, maybe this isn't a good idea. Okay, never mind. And Donut's like, get her out here, goddammit. What's taking so fucking long?
He has it's an important thought, which is like, it's about like personhood and about like seeing somebody for who they are. And it's everything that he's fighting for the NPCs for. Mm-hmm.
It's he wants to maintain his principles. He says like, surviving isn't just about staying alive. It's about like being like keeping hold of like who we are.
It's the whole,
as he's losing his mind.
It's the whole point of the book, right? It's the whole fucking point. And so, yeah, he has a very difficult time, but also you have to understand Donut is 4, you know?
She don't give a shit.
And she knows that. And she's like, it is different between whatever you think a child is and whatever I am and whatever Tina might be. So like she's coming from a different perspective. I don't know which one's right. You know, it doesn't really posit an answer or give you a suggestion of how you should think about this, but it does make you think, and it's good for that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you know, it shows that he still has humanity. And yeah, you want to win, but still have something that you've won. You don't want a Pyrrhic victory. At the same time, if they don't get Tina out there, they're going to die. I mean, things are looking really bad at this moment.
On a more pragmatic level. So we get a note at the top of this chapter from Priestley in the cookbook, who's talking about in the heat of battle, one faces their greatest fear, but also their greatest desire. And for me, they're one in the same, and that is my devastation. And then he repeats this mantra, stab, stab, stab. And I guess what he's realizing about himself, his greatest fear is becoming this killing machine monster, but that's also secretly his greatest desire. That's my guess. And if this is a prelude to Carl reflecting on the same thing, then Carl might be afraid of what he's becoming, but that might be his truer self.
Well, it's just he and everybody else is being put in a position where they're having to do things that they don't want to do. They thought they would never do.
Right.
Who could imagine being in this situation? You know, and it's a whole, I guess, you know, you say you find out who you are, but you didn't have to be here. But this is it. You know, and a lot of last minute decisions that have to be made, a lot of moral decisions that have to be made on the fly. And yeah, and you know, I mean, at this point, even if somehow he pulled a trigger on something and it wiped out all the other enemies, I think it's still the end. Everybody's going to feel guilty about something.
Oh yeah,
there's just, you know, that ship has already sailed.
Yeah, so.
Which is not me saying like, well, since that's already happened, you might as well go for it. There's still degrees.
Nah, let it go. Go ham.
Is it easier to say that with that hat on? You just feel a little bit more brash with your morals and proclamations.
You are loving this hat.
It's your daughter's kiss.
We got 3 enemies at this castle. We have the Madness Monkey Wrenchers, who are invisible, and they're all over the place. Donut's able to see them with her glasses, and she's like calling shots, getting people to take them out. These Reaver paratroopers are going to be the main force kind of assembling outside and projecting a lot of enemy fire at the entrance, which Carl realizes these people, they don't necessarily want to die, but they're also there to just kind of stall for time until the big enemy forces get there that are now coming from the northern border. And then the Gandhi brainworms are the third main force, and that is such a variable. They're just like all over the place. They're trying to find these people cross-reference. Look to your neighbor side to side to see if they're safe or not. Take them out otherwise as best you can.
It's like The Thing.
Yeah.
I can't imagine being in a place that is getting assaulted by invisible monkey wrenchers, paratroopers, and fucking brainworms. Like brainworm troops.
Just keep it cool.
At the same time. And I'm just going to be in there like, whatever.
Yeah.
That sounds terrifying.
It does sound terrifying. Like, this is that point in these set of chapters where it's just, oh no.
Yeah. But it's also the cool thing about like this world. Like, you can think of how a lot of authors would write a standard battle, and you wouldn't think there's brainworms, there's invisible people, and there's these Warhammer mech soldiers outside.
Right.
Like, that's not the typical battle format.
Well, also, this is the first wave.
Yeah.
And it's on, the first day of a whole week of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting how this is written, too, because it made me feel like this is very bleak. They are about to lose everything.
Yeah, just numbers wise.
And how quickly the tides turn from that is interesting. But like, initially I was like, they're gone.
Me too.
Louis trapped inside the hangar. He's able to fix the inside part, but they have to also fix the part on the roof before you can get the party planner out of there.
And going up on the roof is you're a sitting duck.
Yeah, it seems like don't go up there. Tippett is in the room now with them as well. He's injured. Bucket Boy's trying to heal him, but he's not great at it. He gets scolded later on by Amani when she shows up. Like, you got to know how to heal these people.
But at least Tippett is like clean of whatever sperm he had on him.
Sperm?
Yeah, because Bucket Boy, that's his job.
No.
His job was to clean the cum closet.
Oh, man.
I don't know if he used sperm. That was more Raul's thing.
Right. I don't think he used it to clean the cum closet. I'm saying he cleaned the cum closet. So Tippett has not. Okay, forget it.
Rosetta is also there in the castle with them, and she needs help with edifice shielding to protect the wall. So it's kind of interesting that both Rosetta and Tippett are already there to help protect. And at least for me, I felt like there's a little bit of a sense of safety that these other battle-hardened people that have been through this stuff before are also there with him.
Yes. At the same time, Tippett, who came in as the sage, is constantly going like, I wasn't expecting this. I didn't know they were going to do that. I'm like, dude, what? You're supposed to be the expert, the game guy.
I can't help you here.
Yeah, guys, this is fucked up. Am I right? Yeah. Thanks, Tippett.
Why am I here? I gotta get out of here. Let's see. The Lonnie is the head of the Beefy Boys, a mage that has clearly gotten turned into a brainworm. He's on the dead list, but he's running around. He was the head of the Beefy Boys, and he put a lot of the protections on the castle himself. This is big enemy number one, it seems, on the battlefield, because as this brainworm's remembering more of Lonnie's memories, it's going to be able to disable more of the shit. But on top of that, Carl realizes that this Lonnie also knows about Justice Light and whatever their endgame plan for protecting the fortress is. And so he's like fucking terrified.
Yeah. It's like, how quickly will a brainworm access his memory? It's like, it takes a while, but it will happen.
Not that long. Yeah. And then we get a funny sequence where Tippett and Donut are fighting people. Carl's in there too, Splash Zone, and everyone's talking a lot. Carl's like, oh, they're all like stressed from battle, so they're talking a lot. And Tippett's talking about some TV show called Maggot Squad, about like these brainworms that are the heroes, and Donut's all excited about this because it's a TV show.
They're all just so chatty.
And
imagine if Tippett had watched Lost.
Ooh, my heart. And then Splash Zone is also talking a little bit to them, talks about his mother-in-law, and Donut gets all excited. You're married? He's like, yeah, my wife Snail Trail and my mom Grandma Sticky work at Bitches, the strip club.
You should see their pole routine. Wait, they don't even have arms.
Should have legs. How could you do a pole routine?
They're just babbling.
And Carl's like, holy shit, can we focus? I
left out so loud at that point. Because even I was like, why are they going on about this? How much is Matt going to write about this part? Holy shit, can we get back to the battle?
There's certain parts where I'm like, where is this going? Oh, okay.
I like that, though. I like it that we just get to see the effect of a spell or a buff or whatever, and then it's kind of revealed what's happened rather than, people were just chatting a lot because they were under this spell, you know?
Yeah. Showing instead of telling.
Yeah.
But then Amani shows up. She gave everyone an extreme focus buff, she said, yeah, it's basically like they're all on speed. If you're a talker, you're a real big talker, like Donut.
Yeah, sometimes you could take a pill from a gas station and get the extreme focus buff.
And drive all night.
Yeah, if you want. Just if you want.
So Donut has now called for Tina to get the fuck out here. Tina bursts out and just starts taking out enemies, including the invisible ones. And as a bonus, because she's massive, all the fire is being directed at her. So everyone else is suddenly relieved from having all this firepower at them.
But they're constantly shielding her.
Yeah, they're trying to shield Tina, but I think Tina's going to be at risk still because that's a lot of firepower at her. Donut says she's pissed off about Kiwi not listening. And she's like, we need more team building. Instead of negative reinforcement, we need more team building to get people to follow orders. And she's like, oh, I know what I need to do. She jumps up on the roof with Mongo and she does a rallying cry. She says, comrades, let's rally and let's beat back these enemies. Alpha team, get your Tigi card totems and get ready to cast them.
I like when she's like, comrades, and everybody's like, comrades?
Comrades.
She's been hanging out with Rosetta.
Amani's saying that like this warlord thing suits Donut, and then her and Carl get all sad about it.
I do like that when Donut's making that speech, they're just there with their mouths wide open, like,
yeah,
where'd that come from?
Yeah. So they all go up on the roof of the castle. We're in chapter 31 at this point. Carl snags a dreadnought monkey wrencher that they'd already killed up on the roof, and it's like blipping in and out of visibility. He snags it, puts it into his inventory, and he also takes one of their faceless masks. I feel like making a point of saying, I also picked up one of the weird masks and put it in my inventory. I'm like, we're going to see that again, right?
Hope so.
He's going to wear it at some point and be like, ha-ha!
Traitor.
It's a surprise attack. I don't know. Maybe not.
I don't
that's
know.
what it felt like.
I don't feel like that's going to happen.
Gotcha. Tina's charging down the hill to attack all the what do they call the Reapers? Yeah. But she's getting overwhelmed. They're afraid she's going to die, and I think that guilt would destroy Carl if poor little baby child soldier Tina dies. Then the AI goes on a thing telling us about these Reaver space marines that are full of cybernetic enhancements. AI apologizes for all this Warhammer bullshit that is now in the game. He's like, I didn't want this.
What's up with consistency? Like, we need consistency. We got all these fucking cyborgs flying around.
But it's a reminder that, so the Borant Corporation, they were originally running the crawl, and they have much more of a fantasy bend to the themes of their crawl. But when Valte took over, they've mentioned that Valte is much more like cyberpunk, futuristic robots and Warhammer shit. So Valte's trying to kind of pepper this in, it seems, and make concessions for their vision of what they enjoy in a crawl.
I mean, now that they're running it, might as well.
Yeah.
But fuck you, Valte.
Now, Matt goes into quite a description, having the AI give quite a description about this dystopia where these Reavers come from, where there's no real escape in society unless you kind of sell yourself to the government in order to get these cybernetic enhancements. First one's free, but then you're kind of indentured to them, getting more and more enhancements.
I mean, you could buy more, but you're never going to make enough money to buy more.
I get this as a metaphor for a lot of systems in our capitalistic society, but I didn't know also if like him going so much into detail on this was like, if maybe one day there's a spinoff, or he like just was really excited that he gets to play in a little bit of a different futuristic playground.
Yeah, it was a lot of detail, which is only relieved by Carl pointing that out.
Right. It makes me think that like sometimes Matt is self-proclaimed has very much ADD, and sometimes he's just like going crazy on this. He's like, haha, okay, I probably went a little overboard there, so I have to have Carl say something.
He does say that he usually writes like 2 books worth of content for a single book before, like he'll rewrite scenes over and over again. I think he says like, I've got like 200 scenes where Donut dies.
Oh yeah, didn't he say he like occasionally just like maps out what happens if he dies here?
Yeah.
What will that do to a scene?
Yeah, and he'll like fully write that chapter out.
Just to see. That's insane.
It is insane.
But yeah, what you say about the spinoff, it's interesting.
I don't know. Like sometimes when these descriptions go like this big, like there's something about like the description of all of that feels almost like a stray thought that came from his Operation Bounce House, right? When she was writing that, because there's a little bit more of a futuristic robot battle thing that happens there. Victory and an antlered adjutant appear on the battlefield. This antlered adjutant, it's not the one from the Madness, because we saw that one already earlier. So I'm guessing this is for the Reavers, the antlered one.
Sure.
Anyway, they're there watching the show. Alpha cards get deployed by people. And Donut asks if she should send him out. So we know whatever our card is for Donut and Carl, it's a him. Which has me thinking, who do you think?
I don't know, because if I was writing this, it would totally be Alpha Carl, but I guess they left him behind.
Right. So the him, I'm like, is it capitalized? Is he Jesus or whatever?
Oh.
Him. If it's in the book, it says the capital H. I'm like, oh, I know who this is.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know. It's that or like the broccoli guy. Skylar Spinach. There's a 1970s death cult leader who looks like Jesus. Minotaur, an owl in a robe, a peacock, a griffin. All these things come out to the battlefield. Some of them are a little bit less effective because they can't use magic out there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
There's an assassin that's about to kill Carl, and he gets warned by Donut. He turns around and pummels to death a dreadnought. This is the second one. He's just like beat someone's face into death.
Yeah, I think it was like it was dressed as a madness thing, and
yeah, like a viceroy, but not actually a viceroy.
Right. Turns out it was a dreadnought.
I think was it Tippett who was like, I don't think any of the viceroys are here. You would know,
right? It beats him to death, and it's like, oh, the scavenger's daughter's been filled. Unleash her wrath.
Yeah, it's back. The scavenger's daughter, like, okay, he unleashed it at the Southern Battle a couple chapters ago.
Yeah.
And then I guess maybe killing Denadia was a bunch of bonus points. I don't know how many people otherwise he killed on the floor before hopping on the ship.
Would Denadia count since he didn't actually kill her?
He didn't kill Denadia, right.
It seems like it's coming on a lot more quickly than usual.
I would think you would have to kill a lot of people to kind of earn it.
Right.
Or a lot of like big high-powered people. And did he kill enough?
I mean,
or is Matt just cutting corners?
I mean, if it's filling up quicker, he's already bad about unleashing it when he's supposed to. And if it's going to keep doing that, like every time he kills somebody, it's like, oh, it's full.
But I mean, you already said this at the beginning of the episode. He says the scavenger's daughter's been fed. Unleash her wrath. Jamal is here. And I'm like,
Jamal, come over here, Lou. Let me talk to you real quick.
Jamal,
I think I figured out how to make legs to make you hop. Why don't you, come on. I like Jamal. I'm going to say that again. Don't
after the show, you have to tell us why.
Don't at me. Don't at me. I like him.
Carl sees the other side making a whole bunch of explosive automaton traps, and he's like, that's my thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're in my playground now. He hits Tripper and just blows up the whole fucking battlefield.
That was awesome.
Yeah. And conveniently, Carl's like, none of our people died when I did that. Woo. The death cult leader is right next to Carl and invites Carl, who can't really hear at this point. His ears just got blown out again. He's like, hey, man, that was great. You want to go? I could use a nice refreshing drink. How about you? Is that him asking for like a kind of a Jonestown, like purple drink, Kool-Aid thing?
No, I think he was just hitting on him.
Just hitting on him?
Yeah.
Okay, making a move. Seems like romance is not dead on the battlefield. Carl sees a mage running and realizes it's, what's his name? Lloyd or some shit?
That motherfucking, yeah.
I forgot what the...
Lester. I don't know what's his name. No, Lonnie.
Lonnie.
Yeah. It was an L name.
Yeah. Tombstone. Lonnie. Sees Lonnie running. And he's like, I gotcha. He makes a leap at him, which I thought maybe he was saying he was running far away. Is he like doing a super Jedi leap?
I assume it had to be because it sounded like he was far away running up a hill, and Carl's way up on a roof.
But instead, he just leaps across a battlefield. I'm like, if you can do that all the time, do that.
Yeah, I'm picturing that Morpheus jump in the Matrix, where he goes off the screen and then comes down on top of it.
Hell yeah!
He daughter's kiss stomps him. It seems like the battle's over at this point. He explodes Lonnie.
Yeah, for fun, he's just bonus vaporized Lonnie with his foot.
Louis is running up to fix the airship on the roof now ASAP. Reinforcements start arriving. Everyone's bloodied. Everything looks really rough. And they now know that the orcs, along with Prince Stalwart, are coming from the north. Carl recognizes there's a pause, a lull in the battle. And he's like, I don't like this. I want to get on with the next part of this battle.
Which is odd because earlier he was happy for the pause.
Yeah. But I guess when it's like everything's up and running, he just
wants to keep going.
He's fucking crazy.
Yeah, there is that.
There's that whole subplot of Carl's going fucking crazy.
We get Samantha popping back, and she's like, did you guys have another party without me? And Carl's like, it's just a preview because we know now there's another big battle that's about to come. Mongo and Rend and Tina, meanwhile, are all going after the Reavers and ripping open their metal suits to eat the meat inside. He describes it as a crab bake, and I'm guessing a crab bake's like a crawfish boil. I don't know what a crab bake is.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a crawfish boil with white people.
I should know what a crab bake is. And that's where we end things.
Yeah. So kind of on a positive.
Uh-huh.
Things are looking pretty bleak. Swings back around to a positive-ish anyway, considering that the orcs and the huge army is waiting at the top of the hill to come down on them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we're done. We're done with this set of chapters. Your homework assignment for next week's going to be chapters 32 through 35. And we got a couple of notes before we close out this episode.
Can I just say that it was really important to me that this chunk of this book was all together? Like the next homework assignment?
Uh-huh.
The next homework assignment.
The homework assignment that we're going to be preparing for the next episode. Like this next section that we're reading.
Yeah, we actually had to kind of craft the lead up of these other chapters so that it has that part, this next part contained for you.
This next part, it's one of those scenes or sequences for me that's kind of an all-timer, like the Katya one was in book 2. Like this chunk of this book is so good, is so well written for me that I needed it all together. And before we even started reading this book, I said, Grant, we got to get this whole fucking part.
Yeah, we had a different little outline, and that's when we started kind of adjusting and rearranging some things. And that's a good call. I don't know. I don't remember what this part is necessarily, but you were excited about it. So
it's good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Before we close things out, we want to first say there's a bunch more stuff over on the hellocrawlers.com/store.
Yeah.
I feel like you are making weekly drops. Are you going to keep that up, dude?
I don't know how long I'm going to keep it up because I'm getting tendonitis in my hand from drawing. So I might have to take a break.
You have to be Matisse and like draw with your teeth.
Oh God.
But yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. You did a Garfield, Gorefield, I believe you called it.
By the time this is out, there's a second one.
There's a second one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm loving this new DCC comic series. Gorefield.
Hey, when are we going to do one based on the Family Circus?
I thought about it. I'm just trying to figure out
Billy walking everywhere.
I'm trying to figure out who Not Me is.
It's apparent. You're a parent. Let's see. I'm sorry. Another way to help us out is over at patreon.com/hellocrawlers. We've been doing, our last Patreon episode was a long one. And in fact, it was us kind of going into casting. I think I'm going to make that one a public one.
Okay.
I thought it was kind of fun and interesting and a little bit coinciding with the news that we've been doing lately. But yeah, if you guys want to help support us, that's patreon.com/hellocrawlers. You can make a monthly pledge. I don't know if I mentioned this on last week's episode, but we have an RSS feed that is ad-free. Everything for patrons is ad-free because we are adding ads to YouTube and Spotify now, and some people don't like that. You want to help support us ad-free, you can do it over at patreon.com. Also, someone pointed out, and I want to apologize here, initially our ads on YouTube were putting like 16 to 20 ads on there.
Is the show even that long?
I did not realize it was doing this, and I'm sorry, it was automated by YouTube. I have now gone into every single episode and made sure we cull it down to like at most like 4 to 6 ads on there. So that shouldn't happen anymore. Sorry. That was insane once I realized that was happening.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Egregious.
Yeah. We also now would like to thank our crawlers over on Patreon, including Aaron Nightingale, Andy Kogan, Alai, Aldo69, Nice, My Last Death Was Shit, and Short Aldo, Neko, and yes, Barbarian, Brown Power Thickromancer. Dude, you're doing a lot of things in this name. Answer Knox, Brian Gillespie, Caden B, Daughter's Kiss Activated. Now blow my back out, damn it. Dave Go Round, Faye, Ferdinand's turban feels racist somehow. Hey, it's Gilbert. Hey, started books in January, now fully caught up and need to wait for weekly episodes. Mongo is appalled. Zoos. I am Carl's ablated duodenum. Duodenum?
Yeah.
What's that word?
It's a fucking party just keep going.
Yeah.
Okay. It's Barry. I'm sorry for the long names, Grant. Remember, I was over the shirt only. McGibbons. I don't know what that means. I was over the shirt only?
Oh, yeah. She was in the tunnel of love with her Barry when she was 99 years old, talking about, oh, my Barry used to go.
Over the shirt.
Grub
I get it.
The tits. Yeah.
It's okay. Jack Shepard is appalled. Kat Crane, Kevin M, Kit Burr, Kittian, Christina Flanders, Lumen, make a shirt of Carl punching Jack from Lost in the face with his gauntlet. Fuck Lost.
Yeah, get on it, John.
Matt Johnston. More work for you in the hatred of Lost.
This feels like it's worth it.
Matt Johnston, Michael Griffith, Michael Trainer, Monta, Noel Mead, Prince Stealth X, Queen Anne Chonk, Raftify, Riley Parrish, Robert Miller, Sir Scrimley. Wait, how did Hurley stay fat? McDuckerson, Wendy Canyon. Wendy Canyon.
That's a good point. He had a glandular
They did an
condition.
episode. He had a bunch of snacks. He was hoarding. Wendy Canyon.
I love
Zenobius.
that they had to write that in.
You down with DCC? Yeah, you know me.
Hey, we should probably write a scene where Hugo finds a bunch of snacks or something, because Jesus.
He did. He found them in the hatch.
This actor is just not losing weight. This is not what we had planned.
Well, maybe there's like a Burger King on the island.
What if they push the donkey wheel and like restaurants appear?
It's like an
More Dharma airdrops of
like an all-you-can-eat Jason's Deli or something.
And finally, guys, it's time for our Death Watch Extreme Dungeon Mayhem. First off, Aldo Neko, our level 71 Barbarian Thickromancer, felt the Dazzler dislodge from his skull and it reinflate. He shook out the woozies and got up to his feet. Up ahead in the distance, he saw a barefoot man in heart-shaped boxers climb out of the trench alongside a cat. It was Carl and Donut! He was so excited to meet them. He wanted to make a good impression. And so, as luck would have it, he tripped and fell right onto his face. Then he proceeded to fart a bunch. Then
come on.
Then a ship...
It's already going to be an ignoble death.
He shit his pants. And then a ship named Party Planner landed right on top of him, squishing him to death.
Okay. Wait, is this the one that said his death was bad the last time?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, yeah. Just like with the AI, better you don't say anything.
Right. He was in the middle of a jerk-off session, and he stood up. He stood up, sees Carl's and Donut, takes his steps, starts pulling his pants up, falls down, farts, and he takes a shit.
Take that, buddy.
And then he comes and goes, oh!
Right then his sister walked in on him.
And then his sister walks in.
His whole family came in. Like, happy birthday.
And they're like, hey, your priest is here. He came here to say hi.
Meanwhile, Andy Kogan, our level 51 cybernetically enhanced trash panda junkyard spelunker, charged across the battlefield on his new metallic tentacle legs as he stormed the northern border of the Princess Posse territory.
I read metallic testicle legs.
Sorry. His tentacles were fast, and his high dexterity allowed him to avoid enemy fire with ease as he charged forward. He didn't want to fight the posse, but he had his orders, and he rushed forward anyway. A pulse rifle in his claws. He fired at the posse mercenary, intentionally going for the legs instead of a kill shot. Just as he turned to shoot another, he was savagely run over by a flame spider tank.
And then
He farted to death.
He farted a bunch. And then he shit himself.
You're loving that, man.
Why is that so funny? I wonder how this next guy's going to
The second one wasn't so bad. He got to do some stuff.
Caden B, our final crawler here. A level 63 half-orc sommelier felt his jaw fizzle away in the acid and was in the red when a winged butterfly woman floated by and healed him, and then left just as quickly as she'd come. Caden received orders to retreat back to the border and began to hustle back when he tripped and landed on an enemy trap that pulsed, "You have been disoriented." Everything looked upside down, inverted, and blurry. He felt nauseated. He got to his feet and kept stumbling toward that border, or at least he thought it was the border, as he tripped and fell into a trench filled with acid.
Oh.
And then farted, I guess.
I mean, why not at this point?
All right, folks. That's where we end things for today. I want to thank you guys so much for all the comments and questions and spreading the word about us. And we will be back next week with your homework assignment, chapters 32 through 35. And until then, Rubio, what do we do?
Kill, kill, kill.
Read.
Oh, shit. I fucked that up.
Yeah, one
You're supposed
job.
to read.
Oh, I'm going to fart.
Fart,
Fall
die.
down and fart, and die.
Bye.